I call the member for Blacktown.
Thank you, Speaker. I rise sadly to report to this House that Western Sydney University is closing its Nirimba campus located in the Blacktown local government area. Western Sydney University claims to be the voice for Sydney's West, but as long as you're not from Blacktown. Western Sydney University started in Nirimba back in 1995, some 30 years ago. Instead of celebrating the 30th anniversary, we're commiserating the closure of the campus. Michael Walls, the editor of Blacktown News, our local newspaper, in a special report back in June 2022, broke the story of the possible sale of the campus at Nirimba. A spokesman for WSU said Western Sydney University has a long and proud history at Nirimba campus and surrounding Nirimba education precinct. Western Sydney University is committed to a strong educational presence in Blacktown, continuing to optimise its course offerings at Nirimba to ensure it best meets the current and future education needs for the local Western Sydney community, the spokesman said. I wonder if Western Sydney University teaches ethics in its courses. These statements obviously were a complete unadulterated lie. You have lied to the people of Blacktown, and in less than 3 years you're now shutting down that campus. The campus offered numerous degrees back in 1995 through the masters, PhDs, diplomas, and in 2007 they dropped all the degrees and created a college model of only offering diplomas, the first kick in the guts for the people of Blacktown. The college was very successful, but over time the course after course was deleted, and which resulted in a corresponding downturn in the number of students. Mr. Speaker, you don't have to be a highfalutin economics graduate to work out that if you cut courses, then you have less students. So the key reason for closing the campus is that the student numbers last year fell to 1,229, which is about half of what it was back in 2019 and probably a mere 10% in the early 2000s. Cut courses, reduce services equals less students. Western Sydney University has engineered the death of the campus at Nirimba. So let's look at some of the interesting financial decisions made at the university that teaches business and entrepreneurship. Firstly, it changed its name from the University of Western Sydney to Western Sydney University. Changing the name university to the back, coming up with a new red logo cost $20 million just to do that, according to the reports at the time in 2015. Advertising costs in the last 10 years alone, apart from the rebranding of $20 million, was $132 million spent on marketing, advertising, promotional expenses. Mr. Speaker, Western Sydney University, the sole university in Western Sydney since its inception over 40 years ago, has spent $13 million a year to convince Western Sydney students to consider studying there. Greater Western Sydney has a population of, and it hasn't been very successful at getting the students there by the looks of things, closing the Blacktown campus. Greater Western Sydney has a population of approximately 2.7 million. Blacktown City has a population of 430,000. 1 in 8 people in Western Sydney, according to Western Sydney University, don't deserve to have a comprehensive system of education. Western Sydney University, I'll give you a hot tip, and it won't cost you $13 million a year. You can't advertise yourself and buy support in the area. I'll give you another free advice. You might as well change your name to Western Sydney ex Blacktown. Ben English from the Daily Telegraph, I note you are hosting a forum in Blacktown called The Future of Western Sydney. Let me give you a hot tip, Ben. Why don't you ask the first question to Western Sydney University why they don't see Blacktown as part of Western Sydney, a $24 billion economy, larger than 70 nations, a population that will exceed Tasmania by 2035, and according to Western Sydney University, Tasmania doesn't deserve a university, obviously. Look, it's with great pain that I'm actually calling on the residents of Blacktown City. Since Western Sydney has rejected us, let's reject Western Sydney University. Goodbye, Western Sydney University. Thank God that the Australian Catholic University has moved into Blacktown CBD with nursing, teaching, business, law, community services, sports science, you name it. The only university in the world that opened during COVID and supports Blacktown City. Thank you.